such an asshole.
Hi, I'm a foreigner, a certain age. He's a little bit younger than me. Male and currently employed, not married, no children, no debt, and some savings, but not enough for retirement. I have no degree and went into the trades with 15 because of tradition. I did read your book, Curse of the High IQ, missed the Mensa entry score 20 years ago. You could still take it. You could still take it. It's not like they went anywhere. I don't know if there's any benefits to joining Mensa. So by one lousy point, oh, you did take it, and it didn't take it seriously. I'm currently working on option one, a highly specialized jobs called on-site machining. And so he provides a link there. This is not my company. It's a competitor, the link to the thing. The company is quite small compared to the larger company. No BS there, no HR, no lazy dipshits. A boomer boss, a narcissist, likes to throw his balls around, but has a good sense of realism, highly competent. All that said, I want some input from my perspective, a highly wacky idea. But first, some unnecessary background to show off how cool I am, because I don't care, dude. You paid for it. I've done this job for 20 years on and off, which means I did quit there several times already because of Chimp World and Swingy Stick. Okay, because normies, conformies, and inferiors. Luckily, the door of the company is always open, and the boss dude is always happy to tip me back because, well, I'm very good at what I'm doing. One time I was the assistant manager, we'll just call you, running the company when the boss man was away. I have no real interest in taking over the company, although the boss man wants me to. Now I'm somewhat part-time working there with larger breaks in between sites. It's half-baked minimalism approach, so it minimizes time in Chimp World and generates enough profit for my lifestyle. However, I'm getting older, and this kind of job is also physically demanding. So it'd be unwise to try. Okay, man, you want to become a consultant, you gotta. Guys, I think 2022 was going to be the year. No, I think 2022 is also going to be the year. I'm just charging a lot more money. I charge more money for this, but this isn't worth it. I'm undercharging. I guess I have opportunity cost too. Like, I want to go hiking, and this just takes forever. It just takes forever, guys. Constant cycle between working in Chimp World and succumbing to the urge to escape needs in. It's not healthy. So self-employment is the only option left. Your request could have been half. I tried some venues between the breaks of my career, but somehow it never worked out. Now, after the book, put some stuff into perspective, I might try it differently. And that's the reason I write this request. What would you tell someone that says, here, you could have started here. This would have been a third the price. You would have wasted your time. You didn't waste my time. I charged you more. You guys aren't, no one, I'd like to be exceptional. Well, exceptional people get to the point because they know the atomic unit of human society is the second. It is the second. And you all think you got all the time in the world with this. What would you tell someone that says, I will print a business card with problem solver written on it, then walk into a bunch of small to medium-sized companies where I could talk to the owner and ask if he has problems that could be solved, no matter what kind of problem. I then make the offer that states, I could solve X, the price is Y. If I fail, you stay free of charge. My real skill is not mechanical stuff or administrative stuff like accounting, quotation processing, or site planning. It's seeing problems, figuring out a solution, and implementing it until shit works. And if I lack the knowledge to solve it, I learn until I can solve it. Not in my ears, such a thing sounds silly as hell. Imagining walking into a company and offering to solve some problems is A, it doesn't sound like work, and B, I can't imagine someone might need something like that, even if I could only charge if any given problem is getting solved. And to make it clear, I mean, I just walk into companies after they need a problem solved, then see if what main topics are and check them against my actual skills, and then special. Are you a chick? Are you abroad? Do you have a hoo-ha down there? Get to the point. Got it. Yeah, you're going to come in there swinging your dick like a cowboy does last. Oh, I'm a problem solver. It isn't going to work. I'm not even going to get to the rest of your stuff. It's not going to work. And here's the reason why. Who do you have for you? You're not wrong. You absolutely are not wrong. Because I used to think back when I was younger, though it was the big six, I think. It was the big consulting firms. Anderson Consulting, Deloitte and Touche. It's the big four. They had consulting divisions. And I thought there was a science and experience and an expertise and a a math, a formula behind successful business management. There is not. It's common sense. It doesn't get beyond third grade common sense. What's worse, most of your corporate managers are truly incompetent people. I'm not saying that to sound cool. I'm not saying it to sound interesting. I'm not saying it to be like, ooh, me and Josh Fluke gonna go shoot up the boomer boss establishment. Not that way. Like we're gonna destroy the establishment, not actually murder people in Minecraft. No, your average, not even it's your top 20%, surprise Pareto principle. 80% of your managers are incompetent morons. The problem is corporate America, or in your case, corporate foreign place, they don't care. They're not in it to be effective or functional or profitable or productive. They're there predominantly to make their paycheck and go home. And if you want to know what drives corporate America, it's ego. It's ego investment. It's not profit of the firm. Things would be completely differently managed if it was profit of the firm. It's laziness and ego. And so the environment of corporate America is one of willful ignorance, being blind to problems, certainly not being self-critical, and all their most of their problems are self-inflicted. And so if you walked in there and say, you got problems, they don't know who you are, you're not accredited, working for a Big Four accounting firm or Bain or McKinsey or whatever, and they don't believe they have a problem. They don't. They're not going to believe it. It's not until a company is getting bought out, they're facing bankruptcy, they lose some key staff. Oh crap! They don't get funding. Does the real world come crashing down on them? In the meantime, the vast majority of businesses, business owners, and business managers, executive teams, and all that are LARPing as successful real world adult businessmen and women. Okay. That they're LARPing. It's not this is why a majority of businesses go out of business. The vast majority. Or they get bought out by a leaner, faster, better capitalized company. But the vast majority, keep this in mind, you get fired from a job. You're not wrong. That company is going to go bankrupt unless it's one of the exceptionally few and rare companies that actually makes a long-term profit or gets acquired. So you're trying to sell something they don't want. And if you were to sell something they wanted, you better have the big dick name behind you. You better come from Bain. You better come from McKinsey. You better, Accenture. And then, yeah, you're right. They got problems. You could solve them. I mean, your average 8th grader, if they can do math and they're reasonably intellectually honest, they could go in and solve most other companies' problems. Well, that's wrong, and you're doing that wrong. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't take, you don't have to be a genius to be a consultant, but the job of a consultant is not to solve the problems, let alone identify them. It's to find other problems and bill more hours and to be like, look at us, we're very flashy. I mean, they did this back in the day, back when it was Anderson Consulting. Now that's a defunct company. They'd had nothing but pretty girls. Nothing but pretty girls. Why? Because they want you to spend more money on problems that you don't have, problems they'll come up with. And again, because businesses are not in the business of efficiency, profitability, etc. The managerial class is all about stroking their own dicks and getting their paycheck and just, keeping theirs until so they can live paycheck to paycheck and make the alimony payment. Unless you're flashy and shiny, unless you got a big dick name behind you, they're not going to hire you. And they're also not going to hire you because you never get to the point. What's the catch? What do I miss? Currently, I have plenty of time between sites to pursue something like this as a side job. It's just that it's a nagging feeling that I'm missing something very obvious. I don't know what it is. Well, I just explained it to you. I guess if you just shout, boo-hoo, a lazy little coward wants a motivation speech, well, sucker, get your ass moving and do it might do the trick. Or all I want is just for once intelligent input. I can't get anywhere else to continue inching towards finally having freedom. Have a nice day. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know why people keep asking me for one-on-one consultations. He's talking about one-on-one. It's $300 minimum, and I'm somewhat reluctant to do it because it just takes too long. I don't need money. I need time. So here's the thing. Your idea is dumb. It's stupid. It isn't going to work. It's arrogant. It's egotistical. Look, Asshole Consulting was done on a lark, and I already had a bunch of people emailing me. I'm like, yeah, I'll answer this for beer money. All right, so that this infrastructure was already there. So I don't think you're going to succeed. I think you're going to waste your time and money. But here's the great thing: how little time and money does this take? I'm not joking. When you go print, yeah. What? Okay, so $20 to go print off a bunch of business cards. All it is your time walking up to different business. Problem solver. There you go. Walk in. It costs you nothing. So I could be wrong. I could have assessed the lay of the business culture and land poorly, and maybe you could walk in. I solve problems, and they'll be like, okay. Here's my card. And they may say, oh man, there's a problem solver. We got a regular 100 USDA certified bona fide problem solver in town. Call them up. Go ahead. Do it. But it's going to look cheesy and cheap and stupid. And they're going to be like, oh, who's this weirdo? That's what it's going to be. And good luck getting past the secretary and HR and whoever else, security and all that. You know, if anything, you'd stand a better shot going to, I don't know, places where you have an expertise, some kind of like convention or conference. And then you have, your name, such and such control, specializing in this, and you bill out at $1,000 per hour. Like shocking. And they're like, oh, hey, Bubba, what do you do? Oh, I help people with this particular problem. Really? Yeah, I consult people in the industry. Oh, really? What do you rate? $1,000 an hour minimum with a $5,000 retainer. What? I don't have time. I just don't have time. People are going to pay me, and that way, when they pay me, that make become arrogant. That way, when people pay me, they pay attention, and then I'm not wasting my time. I got the money, so I don't care if you follow my advice or not. I think that'd be a better tactic or strategy. Narrow an industry that's in your expertise, and then just go in there and kind of advertise that. But walking around, no, it ain't gonna work. All right, where is everybody? All right, that's it. No super chats. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.